All right, welcome back, everyone. Connecting dots here. I'm making again another video to debunk this lion fraudster, and this time it's going to be really interesting because I'm actually going to use his own material that he raised all these thousands of dollars telling everyone the West Coast was dead after spending. I'm not sure if you heard or you saw this video, part one, but he told everyone he had spent 9 days along the Sunshine Coast of British Columbia, Canada. Did traveled apparently 200 kilometers over the coastline. We found out he actually only rented a boat for 3 hours on the last day. That's right. So he never did the 200 kilometers. But what's best is he told everyone all the birds were dead. He didn't see a single bird. All the flies that he saw during these 9 days along the coastline would fit in one glass. All the seaweeds and all the marine life had all been wiped out. He says all the kelp and everything else, all the seagrass, all of it along that 200-kilometer coast would all fit in the back of one pickup truck. I'm like, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, this guy's too much. So essentially, he's continued on here, and I'm making this video because someone actually left a comment mentioning, "Oh, Dana's setting up a trap for you or something," and I'm like, oh, I'll go listen to it. So yeah, the guy's right here. Apparently, Dana's going to. I think he's already dug up some information, but you know what? At this point here, my face, they've shown 3 or 4 different faces on YouTube. I've been called 5, 6 different, 7 different names. They've given out 4 different addresses, 2 different phone numbers. So whatever, just bring it on. Like I said, he's a debateless coward. This is how it works. He does not want to debate, although he raised thousands of dollars under the whole thing. It was the guise of him raising money so he could debate, because he wanted to go through the officials or find anyone to debate. And he doesn't want to debate nobody. He's banned everyone who speaks out about the truth. So essentially, I'm going to use his own video format. I mean, his own pictures here that he collected these thousands of dollars, went along the coast of British Columbia here. Apparently, he said 260 days. Anyways, if you want to believe that one, that's okay. 260 days apparently, and I'm going to take some pictures and we'll just click on it. And the best thing is, folks, I don't make this stuff up. Go watch the video here that I uploaded myself. It was a couple of days ago, or actually 2 weekends ago. I said to everyone, I said, this is part 1 here of a 10-part series this summer. Fukushima, Dana Durnford, Kevin Blanche, Ocean Genocide Debunked. Go watch that video. It's only half an hour long. It's along my coastline, and I didn't travel 200 kilometers. I barely traveled 200 feet of the coast. I kid you not. I barely traveled 200 feet. I moved to 2 different locations, and the locations were so rough. Go watch the terrain. And ironically, the pictures I'm about to share with you folks here very shortly. First, I'll go through the reactor number 4 bullshit, because it's the same song and dance with this yo-yo. And eventually I'm going to get into the pictures. And those pictures are from his own nuclear website that he collected thousands of dollars. So if by the end of the video you're still not convinced that I'm telling the truth on this whole West Coast thing, because I said I live here on Vancouver Island, go watch that video that I'm pointing at right now. Okay, this one right here, Fukushima, Dane, and this is part 1. I'm about to go to a second location, and it's the exact same location I traveled back in 2014 when he first began this scam. Okay, I'm about to travel on that location. I'll upload that video here probably within the next week or 2, and so I'm going to keep going to these same 2 locations. Go watch it. Go see that one, that very first one, part 1, and you'll understand why when I go through his very own pictures that this debateless coward here is lying to everyone. You'll be able to see yourself like, wow, okay, now I understand. You're right. He's just way too far away. That's not how you examine for marine life on the West Coast. They don't jump right in front of you. So the coward here, again, it's, well, just listen to this for a second here, honestly.
So you get it, meltdowns, multiple meltdowns. And not only that, you got forecasts from different countries.
you notice the dates on this forecast?
The purple is from potassium 40.
Actually, it's xenon gas 133, Dana.
So why are they using purple here? The potassium 40 doesn't come from a reactor, but that's how they lie to you all the time. So it's those connotations, right? That's a better color. That's from the URAD project. Friends.
So notice the dates here again. These are all 2011 things here. Again, the horrific Fukushima effects. Hang on, hang tight.
Okay. You got Seth Dorn saying he's inside of a building that don't exist. You can't make that one up if you wanted to. TEPCO doing that at the press club 6 weeks ago, saying that it looked like that on the inside. In other words, it survived when everything else was destroyed. When in reality, that's all is left.
Okay, so we'll deal with this bullshit right away, because honestly, this is where the joke is just, yeah, I just want to come back to, okay, this for a second. So I'm going to go over a series of pictures here. We'll do it quite quickly. We're starting with reactor 1, way up here in the background. Has a shield and roofing over. Here's 2, here's 3, and here's 4. 4, you can notice the cranes here and the upper crane on top. Okay, let's move along to the next pictures. Here at this point here, TEPCO workers are on the top on reactor 4 here. Okay. And I pulled up these pictures here just to show you how this is all set up. So I've realized that, well, one of the things I've been saying that the pools are on the 3rd floor. I was kind of correct on that. The fuel, spent fuel pools are on the 3rd floor. This is the 3rd floor. Here's the 1st floor. Here's the 2nd. This is the 3rd. And the top floor is the 4th floor. Okay, and here's the walls of the 4th floor, and here's the walls of the 5th floor, and here's the rooftop. So you may have heard Dana saying that the pools are at the top on the top floor. Well, they're not on the top of the building. The top of the pools are on the 4th floor, but the fuel pools were all sitting down way down on the 3rd floor. Okay, there's quite a bit of water here. It's quite deep. And also, you notice here, this chamber here where it says dry well down below here, that's an exit way, and I got a real picture here. I'll show you in a second. So again, you can see where the spent fuel pool is, circled in red. You can see one of the cranes. You can see the larger crane on the very top here that runs back and forth along where the 4th and 5th meet up, the walls, okay? Run along that red steel bar. And if you look down below from that large crane, you can see a little yellow casket, right above the word reactor vessel. You can see a yellow casket, because that's where the spent fuel rods were sent down in a casket out through this chamber here. You can see down below on the right, that's actually a roadway, and that's the next picture I'm about to show you right now. You can see the roadway down here at the bottom of the screen. You can actually see a truck park right there. Okay, that's the exact same location that I was just speaking about, so you can understand how this reactor is all made. Okay, so here's a spent fuel pool, and I'm actually making this for, oddly enough, Dana subscribers, because I know a lot of my subscribers have been around here since 2011. You guys all know this stuff. However, you might want to stay tuned, because like I said, I'm going to jump into his pictures soon, and that's where the gravy is when I debunk his own pictures. Okay, so again, you saw that last picture, hopefully you saw that. Okay, the crane right there, right? Pumping the water into the top here because the whole roof is blown right off. Okay, you can see the same crane in here pumping in. You can see the smaller crane. You can see the defueling crane on the top, the big large one. Okay, again, you can see some TEPCO employees. This is all the same reactor here on top of that large defueling crane. You can see the yellow cap from the reactor. It's popped off here at this point. And here was TEPCO employees that were already on site, okay? Not street people. These are TEPCO employees looking down into the pools. There's the cap in the background. There's another pool over here. You can see here. Here's another picture from a different location. We were just taking a look at these guys that were down at the other end here in that past picture, right? You can see by the cap where we're located. So again, these are the pictures that Dana does not want to show his subscribers. And here again, another picture. You can see like the caps right off here. And this is from above. Again, you can see the pools. Okay, so, and someone was asking if they were burnt. Well, here's one that caught on fire. So we didn't have any signs of fire at reactor number 4 spent fuel pool, or else we would have saw those cranes I just showed you, all types of signs of burned. And we'd see black smoke signs, same as what we see in this one here. You can even see the pool here at one end where the heat got so hot that the concrete started to change color, right? As concrete starts to heat up, it starts to fry up. It goes from a gray to a white. And that's how hot this reactor got. So yes, number 4 never got to that because they got the water on time. So this is again where Dana, where he shows, and this is where we're at. How did that get into that? That's what he says all the time. I'm like, really? Oh, that is not inside of that. Wake up, you ding dong. So they're not going inside because he keeps referring to Seth from ABC News and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, oh, man, how can he keep lying? Because what can I say? He keeps lying because those people don't want to go anywhere else, get some real information. And I'm just hoping they're going to come across my videos, even though the fraudsters overload YouTube with all types of bullshit. I'm hoping they're going to come here at some point and they'll catch the truth. So again, here it's the same building again that Dana tells you that doesn't exist and or whatever, that they're inside of it. Well, he's right, they're inside of it, but it's the addition part that goes on top. So at this point here, they're right at the top of this 4th floor. Okay, and then they stretched it over. Right there you go. So I'll ask you to take a look here at the tops of these buildings. Let's see if we can see it in here. No, because this part's not the interior part. So you're going to have to look on these following pictures where there's these lights, because in the end pictures, I'll debunk his bullshit just by showing him where the lights are located. So if you look right where I'm moving back and forth, you notice there's like humps right there. These are inside lights, or 3 at a time or 2 at a time. You can notice on the top here, there's a bunch of these spotlights also. And remember these, the ventilation system. And let's see here. I'll look for some more pictures here. So again, these are pictures that he doesn't want to show his subscribers so that they won't understand what's going on. There's the lights right there I was looking for. So remember these lights, because once I get inside, I'll debunk again. I'll show you that these lights, you know, they were all put in there at the beginning because they knew that it was going to be dark in there, right? They had to put some lighting up. So they put these 3 lights. Now remember also these bigger white spotlights, because I'll show them. They're inside the building, okay? You have an idea how big this is. Look at these two guys here standing up, okay? This gray structure is very, very wide. If you could take a look at compared to the man that's standing up, okay? And notice how it's not on top of the old structure. This is the whole purpose here, was to take off the weight from these large cranes as they remove all these fuel rods. They did not want to have any run any risk of the building crumbling as they're moving all this weight. So yeah, the fuel pools are still there. In fact, you see the concrete right in the background here. Okay, so let's continue on here, because I got a few more pictures and I want to close these as we go, because I don't want my system crashing. So just remember these lights here, and these 2 big white spotlights, they'll be inside. So at the finished product, essentially this is what we got here. like, I'm surprised, Dana subscribers don't ask him a little bit more about this, but essentially, if you guys have been watching them, this is the finished product. This is what we got to see what the exterior was like. And they add a little bit more here to the roof so they wouldn't got the building wouldn't have any excess water running down it and whatever. Okay, they didn't adding to the problem. So it has a roof on it, a small little diagonal roof. Okay, and again, these are the diagrams were put out a long time ago when TEPCO mentioned everyone what they were going to do with this reactor. They even had this the improved foundation here. They had to pour a whole bunch of concrete. The gray tubing, it's yellow in this picture. The structure itself went up, and then the red outside cover here for, okay? So they were protected from the elements while they did all this work. Again, this is TEPCO's plans. This was not hidden. You can see the pink side here is all the addition to this reactor 4. So when Dana tells you they're not inside there, how can they be inside there? He's blowing up. He's right. They're not inside there. Dana, wake up, dum dum. He already knows, by the way. Okay, he's just lying to you folks. They're actually on top of the building here. This new structure. That's why we see all these gray tubing inside. Okay. They were very clear what's going to happen. They were going to build this structure so they can be able to load up the casket with the rods, lift up the rods with the big crane on top, and drop them down into the vehicle, into the flatbed, and drive them over to the other location. Okay, so here's a picture here from a little higher up. You're getting to see an inside look, what it looks like on that in that reactor now. Not inside the building. Of course, this is all the new structure. You can see on the side, like I said, the big, thick, gray square structure is still there. You can notice some of these lights that I was just talking about just a little earlier here on the sides, right? We'll see them here again in these other pictures. Okay, you can see some of them on top here. And there's the set of 3 that I was telling you a little earlier on. I said, remember those 3 together. There they are right there. Boom, boom, boom. And there's the big spotlights. I don't know what to say. So as far as the fuel pools, someone asked about reactor 3. Same thing. This story is from September 3rd of 2015. TEPCO, like I said, they're pretty upfront about their stuff here. Even the latest news on that ice wall, the ground is freezing up. The ice wall seems to be working at this point, so we'll keep updated with that. In fact, I got a couple of stories here. Hold on a second. TEPCO had leaked oil here back in September of 2015, so they came up front and was says, listen, we leaked some oil from the hydraulic hose into the spent fuel pool of reactor number 3. Again, these images are up there. Dana can show them. He does not want to show his followers, okay? So here's a neat one here, since we're on this whole radioactive water, and I've told you folks I want to do my own testing on the West Coast. This story here is from May 3rd, 2016. Radioactive material from Fukushima plant coming back to Japan in the Pacific. That's right, folks. It's coming right back at them. Professor Yohayama here from the Institute of Environmental Radioactivity of Fukushima University reported that the radioactive material discharge from the Fukushima plant circulated in the Pacific to come back to the Japan shore. He implemented seawater analysis at 71 points from the 11th of 2015 to the 2nd of 2016. The analysis is partially completed to show radioactive material has spread to the southwest offshore off Japan. 2 becquerels per square meter of cesium-137 was detected in seawater from southwest offshore of Kaishu, and 1.83 becquerels per square meter was detected even offshore of the west coast of Japan. 0.38 becquerels per square meters of cesium-134, I should say, was also measured to prove that this is from the Fukushima accident. It is assumed that the discharge, cesium-134 and 137, traveled to the east of the North Pacific. It was carried to the south and west to come back to Japan, taking roughly 2 to 3 years. He says, he comments, it is possible that the density of the radioactive materials increase from now on. He's speaking about their coast. Do you want me to read it in French? Dans le Pacifique, la radioactivité de la centrale de Fukushima revit sur le Japon. I'm just kidding. I won't do it in French, but yeah. It's coming back to haunt them. So another one, you may have heard me speaking about the strontium-90. Well, this latest story from June 20th, 2015 here, 1 million becquerels per square meter of strontium-90 detected in seawater off the Fukushima plant port, the highest in recorded history. So I'm not sure if you caught my past videos on that, but yeah, that's my whole reason why I want to do some testing here, and it's going to cost me roughly $200. So, as I said, this whole scam was perpetrated in August of 2014. He opened up many YouTube channels under different names, and he uploaded the same videos. The nuclear proctologist proves the horror, the Pacific Ocean now dead from Fukushima radiation. I kid you not. People donated money. One person even took his life over this. And these are the pictures that these poor people saw. He showed them beautiful pictures of the underwater. He never went anywhere underwater. And you're getting to see the other fraudster here with him that worked with him, Terry Daniel. Again, Terry participated in this fraud by apparently taking those pictures that were shared. But Dana, during his whole show, kept showing around. It should look like this. It should look like this everywhere. And it should look like this everywhere. And that's not true. But I'll show you in the pictures, though, that Dana even took that you'll get to see. Guess what? It darn and well still look like that everywhere, even where he says it's not. So, and I keep telling folks, I said, you want to pay attention to the crevices because they have a tendency, these starfish, to gather up there. Well, you get to see in his own pictures. Bada boom, bada bing. It's just like I said. So one of the big things he said, like I said, he traveled this 200 kilometers. We found out he never went anywhere near there. He was on the highway the whole time. He lied to folks. He told folks he's in a wheelchair. If you saw any of his videos, he has no problem popping up out of his seat. I don't even need to make those videos now. He's so busted. People know now he was lying about that. He was never in a wheelchair. The only time he rented a boat was this last stretch up here. Like I said, he admitted having spent 3 hours, and he says, we did roughly about 40 kilometers of beach. Oh yeah, 3 hours, 40 kilometers of beach. Give me a break. So he never did the 200 kilometers in the first place. And that's where I'm going right back. You may notice in the bottom of this video, if you open up the Show More tab right now, you'll notice that there's a video link there, and it says the Fukushima 2016 Expedition for Life. That's because I'm going right back. I'm going to start off right on his own shoreline, and I'll be showing you folks exactly what it looks like, and you'll be absolutely shocked. You'll realize, he absolutely lied to everyone. Those species are still there. There are still, yes. Oh, like I said, Dana showed underwater pictures, told everyone it was supposed to be like that. Most of the species that he showed in his show, they're ones that are not in the nursery beds, okay? He came across trying to be honest. You can even see his buddy here on the side looking at him. It's like, wow, Dana, you're going to lie to them like that? Yeah, well, people bought it. Hook, line, and sinker. Unfortunately, it's been busted here recently. And even like his sea anemones, just busted. Okay, so we're going to go down and use his own pictures, but I just want to tell you folks that this scam all began in 2014 in August. After this 200 kilometer tour, 9 days, I'm going to the same location, and we're going to debunk that bullshit here this summer. Okay, folks? Absolutely. Too many of you appreciate this stuff. So let's go right to his nuclear proctologist. And I always said to my friend, I said, the name fits him. Proctologist, that's the, yeah, the rectum doctor. So yeah, this guy's full of shit. This works perfect. It's a perfect, the nuclear bullshitter. Okay, so let's go to the nuclear bullshitter's website and let's go take a look at the Bear Rock situation so you can understand. If you go take the time to look at the video that I showed you along my coastline, you can quickly understand that if Dane had stuck his damn camera in the crack right here, what would you see? Well, a lot more than what you would have saw in the Bear Rocks. But even, you know what, the Bear Rocks, they're not nearly as bare as what they think they are. Like I said, when you stand far away with a camera and you're not up close, it looks dead. If you go watch my video, you'll quickly understand. All you got to do is go in a little closer, and bada boom, bada bing, the life is right there waiting for you to take a picture. So I'm not going to go over this ding dong stuff. You know, they actually had to start killing off polar bears because there's too many of them. Can you imagine that? Yeah. He's telling them they're starving to death. They're actually culling them because there's too many of them. Okay, so pick a picture, any picture. Honestly, it doesn't matter. I mean, there's life in every picture here. Every picture has life. I kid you not. It doesn't matter how bare it looks. Seriously, there's life here. Every single one of them. I mean, can you see all the shells here? I don't know if you guys can see that. What else here? There's different types of weeds back here. These look like sea urchins almost on top here. These purplish balls. These seem to be one here gathered over here. I can see some, looks like a couple of starfish over here. I'm not quite sure. Let's go grab another picture. Like I said, very hard to tell here because he's kind of far away here, but there's got to be something here. You can't keep showing the same pictures, does he? Oh, let's hope not. Because these all look like the same damn pictures. Now, let's go look at another Bear Rock. Okay, so what do we here? Okay, so there's kelp right here. The kelp bulbs on top. You can see all these little white dots. Those clearly look like small snails, or big snails actually, because they're, you know, he's quite far off the beach here at this point. So, you know, it's okay. I can see a starfish right here. There's a starfish right there. Oh, there's a bunch of starfish right in here. I don't know if you can see here. And there's some kind of big black thing here. I don't know what that is, but I don't know what that is. Oh yeah, look at all these. They're all over the beach, all over this rock. I don't know what they are, but you can. There's some more starfish right up here in this hole right here. Can you guys see them? Let's pull out another picture here. It's too bad, you know, because had he actually done like real work and gone down to the beach like I did, like I said, folks, if you don't know what I'm talking about, so you can understand the difference, go watch this video, okay? You'll quickly understand that there is a lot of sea life there. It's just that these guys aren't going to do the type of work, you know, that like I do. I actually went down to the beach here. I brought my camera. I'll just quickly show you here. Like here's the same type of flat rock where he's showing there's nothing, right? There's lots of life there. The problem is he's not going to show you, folks. So here's like like I said, I'm right down the beach. You can see the same bulb kelps. Look at, I'm showing all the snails. See them right in that dead pool water? I mean, I was telling the folks, this only gets a little bit of water, really high tide. You see all the snails there? There's even a bug sitting, floating around on the water in that one. Did you see the bug right here at the top of the screen? It's right up here. I mean, look at all the limpets. Look at the snails. Like I said, he's not going to do the type of work. There's another one right here. It's about to move right in the middle of your screen. Watch this bug move. I'm just putting my camera down for a second. I'm not going out investigating a whole bunch of places. I sure as hell didn't do 200 kilometers, okay? Like I said, you go check it out. I barely did 200 feet. I showed people where I was located so they could know exactly where I was standing from the very get-go. So you get to see. Walked down to the beach and came down to this rougher area. I'm like, oh man, this is really rough terrain. But you know what? Someone's got to show it because Dana's not going to show it to you. He's going to tell you the camera, it's all dead. It's loaded with life right there. There's so much life. I just couldn't believe it. I'm like, oh, can you believe it? Him telling everyone everything is dead. So it's sad here, but go check out my video. I don't want to replay this. There's a lot of people who've already seen this stuff, but you get to see me crack open some of the mussels there, and that's a small one. I end up catching a really, I hit the mother lode, man, a great big huge pile of them. Just there they are right there down below. Wow, man, these are all what's the freaking name of gooseneck barnacles. Look at all those big clams down below. Can you see them there on the bottom of your screen? Man, they're so huge. I didn't crack one of those open. I showed the difference in the color of the gooseneck barnacles that are not exposed to the sunlight compared to the other ones that are exposed. Look at the size of that. That thing was as huge as my hand. Go see the video. You'll watch it. You'll see I pull one out right here, and I show folks the freaking size of this thing. I was just absolutely shocked. Look at that thing. It was about like 2.5 inches, 3 inches thick almost. I was shocked. I'm like, what? What a big fatty. Anyways, that's the kind of stuff that you're going to find if you come down here to the West Coast, and I'll take you guys on a guided tour. I'd love to do it. That's the one thing I did manage to finish. I took a 9-month course on becoming a travel agent. So I'm a certified travel agent. I'll gladly take you folks along here, and you'll get to see some of the beautiful West Coast. Let's go back to Dana's pictures here. Okay, here we go. I think I see a starfish. Yeah. Okay, so this one, like I said, they don't usually like getting out of the water, but that's basically that same wall that he was just showing you here. Look at that thing. You see that big fatty? Look at that. And there's those chittens. Chiton. Chittens. Okay, there's another chitin there. I was trying to remember what the names. You see the size of these big snails up here? Man, there's just so much life here. I can't believe it. Dana is watching this right now. He's getting upset. I know. He's like, shut the hell up. Shut up. You're ruining it. My fraud, my scam, all ruined. Yeah, so now you know why he's going to have to come up with some bullshit, to try and embarrass me of one way or another, because that's what his latest claim is. His family will be embarrassed and blah, 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 shame. Dana, forget about it. I've already told everyone I'm a recovering addict. I never finished high school. How much more can you piss on my parade? My parents already gave up on me a long time ago. Long time ago, okay? They were calling me a loser when I was fucking 4, 5 years, 6, 7 years old. Give it up, buddy. You can't hurt me anymore. I'm an old 50-year-old guy. I don't give a shit about you and your dumbass condescending remarks and videos. Get over it. I'm not a teen here. Okay? Doesn't work here. Unbelievable. Can you see them here again? Sad, eh? So sad. So sad. Picky about where he's going to point the camera, of course. And you notice how there's a lot of replicates, of the same pictures. I'm like, really? 200 kilometers? And this is not the 200 kilometers. This is part of his 260-day stretch. And he's telling people, there's a lot of pictures of the nuclear proctologists. You come take a look at them. I'm like, really? This is what you're going to prove to people? I mean, can you see how the picture, these are doubles here, and this is the same location. I mean, really, people are going to watch this? Let's move on. Honestly, this is why nobody comes to this website, okay? Because you see this garbage and you pull out, these are old stories from 2013, 2012, and there's no common sense to all of it. None. The nuclear proctologist who promotes what? The same website I was just making a video about. I don't know if you saw that one earlier today. It's called Any News, and Ernie Gunnarsson. If you haven't seen that one, go watch this one. Honestly, this is it kicks them right in the head here. Honestly, if a YouTube video is something that insults people and hurts them, well, I just bitch slap them like you would not believe with that one video. And the best is if you take your time and you go watch the video that I'm talking about, Arnie Gunderson on CNN News, you'll realize everything I just said in the video is 110% correct. I don't lie about anything. I use other people's words against them. That's the best way to debunk them. Take the line sons of bitches and words and replay them to other people and just, hey, folks, what do you think of that bullshit? So, like I said, it's all interconnected. Go watch it. You'll get informed. I'm just, I'm making, like I said, I'm making these videos for Dana's followers that are following the bullshit, okay? And unbelievable that he picks like these bare rocks. You can see, folks, how he's totally working it to make it look like it's bare. And like I've said before, if only he'd gone up close and go in these cracks, you know, then people would say, oh, it's full in there, you know, they'd see a whole lot of life, but he doesn't want to do that. He's going to pick these absolute worst pictures that he can possibly make it look like everything's dead. Dana, if you're listening, which I know you are, I know this is going to hurt you, but guy, you really suck at these pictures big time. I mean, even trying to lay across the fact that you did whatever 260 days, this doesn't suffice. I hope you realize that. Even your viewers who may not always catch all your bullshit, at some point when they watch this stuff, they realize, hold on a second, that's the same log that's pointing out there, pointing out here. Oh yeah, you just zoomed in. That's it. You know, you just wasted all that space on one friggin' picture of one location, and it doesn't prove nothing. So sad. Let's see if we can find something else here. I'm just, it's so sad that this is where we're at here. Okay, here again, far away from the friggin' shoreline. The life is in here. Eh? That's the sad part. Like I said, go watch the video where I went down, and you'll see what the difference is. Okay, when you start pulling up these weeds and stuff and you start going in the cracks and these rocks. So sad that he would scam people that badly. Just so sad. Well, what can I say, eh? He's up there in Powell River. There's not much work up there. There's not much to do of anything, unfortunately, up there. You know, it's a very depressed area. It's not what it used to be, and Dana's suffering. Well, the only thing I can see one starfish down below here. You can see the bright color, but it's below the water line, and that doesn't surprise me. You know, they're probably hidden up here in these cracks. This is not a very good soft terrain. You know, you can see this is beaten by the waves and the water action. So you know, it's very tough for marine life to keep a hold on something that's going to be you know, constantly slapped back and forth with wave action. So let's see if we can find something else here. But I see life. Oh, look at them all here. Oh yeah, the mother lode. Oh yeah, can you see them all here? Come on, don't tell me you don't see all those starfish. There's at least 3 orange ones. And I see, well, I'm not 100% sure about these ones, but I can see this one for sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of them here. Oh, I see another orange starfish right here. Like I said, they're not always, and there's another one there in the water. So that doesn't surprise me. Like I said, he's not going to take good pictures, folks, okay? He's just going to put up the bare rocks and tell you it's all dead. Bullshit, Dana, you lying son of a bitch. Now you know why he doesn't want to debate me, right? Because he knows I understand the West Coast better than he does. It's sad, but like I said, you know, he keeps telling people, well, I dove. That's all he did. Do you folks realize that he's a paid diver? It's like working in an apple orchard. Except he didn't work climbing up in a tree. He worked on putting scuba diving gear on and diving down below. So he's not going to all these places that he talks about. He goes out to a specific location where there's a bunch of sea urchins or whatever they happen to be picking, right? And they drop them off, and these guys dive down in a group and they go work. Not sightseeing, they go work. I'm not saying he's never been scuba diving. I'm just saying he goes to work. He doesn't go scuba diving around. He doesn't know all these shorelines. So all these big quotes he keeps saying where I've dove everywhere here, I've done all this. Absolute lies. Absolute lies. So, nuclear proctologist, again, we just banged off some beautiful pictures. Not only beautiful pictures, we just debunked your bullshit using your own beautiful pictures that you're telling everyone everything is dead. Dana, you're getting it, Dana? Like, yeah, shut up, man. Don't be showing another one. It's a copyright infringement because you keep showing the proof and busting my bullshit there. Oh, my God. He's going to be pissed off now. Can you see them all now, folks? Holy jumping. Come on now. If you couldn't see them in the last picture, don't tell me you can't see me in this. See them in the exact replicate of the same picture. I know, like I said, he wastes a lot of time uploading the same picture, but whatever. It is what it is here at the Nuclear Proctologist. I don't make this website. It's his bullshit, okay? Unfortunately, his dog passed away. So sad. And I was telling him back then, Dana, this is too hard on your old dog. I'm not going to say he killed his dog. You can come up to that one, but I'm just telling you that I was telling him back then, Dana, if you're actually living on that boat all the time, this is not the proper space for a dog. It needs to be able to get around and walk around. So he doesn't realize it, but he actually hurt his dog. And people are going to be upset right now. Well, whatever. I've owned dogs. What can I say? You know, my first dog, Princess, I had her. I was 4.5 years old. You guys don't know nothing about a dog. I lived on a farm. I've had dogs. I've had pet goats. I even had a pet bull, pet cow, Maybell. I'm not kidding. So this is what happens. That dog. This was not proper for him to be stuck on a small space. Just look at the dinghy. Can you not see with your own eyes, folks? Is this right for a dog to be out stuck in a small little dinghy for 260 days at sea? Forget about it. Like I said, when you guys are knee deep in his shit, his bullshit, it doesn't matter how much common sense we tell you folks, you still won't admit it's not the proper way, you know? I'm telling you, and we felt guilty putting our dog on the leash when we lived in the city prior to us moving to the farm. A Princess couldn't wait till the day we got up there and the leash was gone. Apart from that, it was only when we went up to the cottage during the summer months and where she was off the leash. The rest of the time on the leash, you know, and that's not right for a dog. And neither is it for it to sit stuck on a small 20-foot dinghy for 260 days. Okay? Hope you understand that. Dogs need to roam around, have a piss and shit. They can't be doing it stuck like a man hanging his yin-yang over the side of the friggin' boat, okay? Because he didn't have a latrine in there, you know? I mean, there's nothing in there. Nothing. Sad. Okay, so again here, should I go down and take a look at some more pictures? Because honestly, this is unrehearsed, so I'd love to find some more. It'd be fabulous. Holy jumping, another mother lode. Yeah. Although it's hard, they're blurry a little bit here. It's tough to see, but I don't know if you can see there, but there's a lot of life in that crevice. And like I said, unfortunately it's blurry, and you can see those big black chittens. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10. Looks like another one there. 11. Okay. One more maybe. One for the road. Okay, I see one here. See a chitin there. Like I said, these pictures aren't too good. That's the problem. Another chitin there. You would have to go up close here to this crevice or this one here, because that's where the life is. It's hidden there. I was showing you folks even in my videos. That's the way it works, right? Because when they're out in the open here, they get picked off by all the birds. That's the problem. the seagulls are in there. You can see that in my video. The seagulls are right down there at low tide, picking off. They clean off the entire beach. The birds actually know when the low tide's coming in and out, believe it or not. Yeah. Their lives depend on it. Okay, so should I even bother going down to one more? I hate doing this because it's the same thing. We're too far away here. If we went and lift that stuff up, I mean, there's so much life in there. I know there is. We can see some more black chittens. There's some green thing here, and all that is another chitin up here. And these are big chittens too. You go watch my video. These are much bigger than the ones. We can see some more stuff in this crevice. You can see some more greenies in here. Unfortunately, that's it. That's the best I can do. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, folks. This is what you get here at the nuclear proctologist. A lot of doubles and triples and quadruples of the same location, all in an attempt to make you feel like everything's dead. There's nothing here. Oh, there's another one. Oh, no, shit, Dana. He's going to get pissed off, folks. I better stop doing this. Like I said, he'll hit me up for a copyright for using his own material against him. I kid you not. This is how scammy this son of a bitch is, okay? Okay, so you can see here, I don't know what that pink is. And there's some crevices in here, and there's stuff in there. I don't know what's there, but you can see down below here the vegetation, the kelp, okay, floating just above there. And what do you see there? Yeah, nice, big, fat, huge starfish. Even the chitin here, there's these are big here. I don't know if you can see them. These chitins are pretty big. Anyways. Rather unfortunate here. We can't see more than that, but that would have been great if he would have got us some better close-ups here. Oh, there's another starfish way over here. This is a purple one over on this far corner. I don't know if you can see it here. I'll move this over. Right there. You can see it right there, right? Oh, can you see the size of the chitins here now? These dark spots, right? There's a whole bunch of them here. And these ones are huge, folks. There's those green anemones. And I can't really see in this crevice here, but I know there's a whole lot of something going on. Bunch of these big, huge green sea anemones. Chittens all over the place. Okay, that's it. I'm done at this website. Honestly, it's driving me crazy. I can't believe that that's the type of pictures he takes. And like I said, just go watch what I pump out and you'll understand here the difference. Okay, so what's the next thing? Well, actually, I kind of covered it. What I was going to do is show you how he talks about these, the tidal zones, right? And oddly enough, right on the poster that he's showing is if I make it small here, you can probably see in this, on rocky shores, the intertidal zone is marked as its upper limit by barnacles and closest to the low tide by a large kelp, right? That's essentially what we see, the barnacles at the very top, okay? Other species present include fucus, which is rockweed, barnacles, limpets, nucella, which is a snail I kept seeing. These hermit crabs you saw in my video. Well, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. You'll see the crabs. Shore crabs, mussels, anemones, chitins, that's what we saw, sea stars, and many seaweed species, to name a few. On shores with fine sediments, sand, mud, small pebbles, many animals are found buried in the sediment or attached to the pebbles and cobbles. That's what I'm saying, folks. It's pointless going to watch his videos because every one of his shots are from far away. They're not close up. They're not the same style of video. Again, go watch the one I made here. It's part 1 of a part 10 series. You'll be shocked. And it's not the same part 1 as up here, okay? This is the Fukushima 2016 Expedition for Life. That's the long version, 25 minutes. There's a part 2 that goes over essentially all that same information and then some. and it's only 25 minutes long. So essentially, yeah, he's not going up close. He's not he's staying far away. Okay, he's not going to be lifting up any of the seaweeds like I did in my video. Again, I implore you to go watch this so you'll get a handle of what it's like on a shoreline. Okay, when you have a camera in your hands and you're actually trying to look for sea life instead of just driving by in your boat and taking a picture of the same spot and making triplets of it and uploading on your video. Okay, this guy's an absolute joke. And again, I'm going to make another joke out of his Inspector Gadget. Okay, this is his Geiger counter on the top of that screen. You may have noticed here. Okay, he's doing that now because I told him, I said, he doesn't have the reading out all the time. He's telling folks it's 114, 115. That's the alert level, by the way, at 100. Yeah, but Dana's sitting up there at 114, 150, day in, day out, according to him. It's happening all the time. So what he's done, he's now pulled out his Geiger counter here to show us that it's reading, I guess this is 114 microsieverts per hour. Anyways, like I was saying, he's got an Inspector Gadget Geiger counter, and it has a large pancake head, and you'll soon find out that his 114 is going to turn into 11.4. It's roughly 10 times higher. I've already debunked one of these Inspector Gadget Geiger counters. It's the same one that Dutch Sense was using on YouTube. Okay, that's why he had outrageous readings. And when the guy met me up here with my two Geiger counters with my radioactive sample, okay, and my two Geiger counters read in two different readings, and microsieverts and REMs. So I had two Geiger counters read two different types of radioactive readings, and they're giving me the same readings on my sample. When the guy pulled out his Inspector Gadget Geiger counter, it went, what? 10 times higher. He says, I'm so glad I met you up here. This is, by the way, after I broke my neck in 2011, after I went gold prospecting. I'm laid up in a motel here for 4.5 months. The guy came and met me there. Okay, we did the test in the hotel room. He says, I'm so thankful I came up here to meet you. You know, I've been watching these Fukushima videos that you've been making back in the day, and I was so worried. You know, I was working outdoors all the time. I bought this damn Geiger counter, and this Inspector Gadget totally made me panic for nothing. So he says, I'm glad I've got this now. I'm going to be able to go back to my wife and let her know that it wasn't 175. It was 17.5. So you're going to find out it's more likely when I go up my two Geiger counters and park myself on the same street as him or the same beach shore as him, you'll get to see the readings for yourself from professional Geiger counters, not Inspector Gadget ones, okay? I kid you not, folks. This is serious business here, okay? So I'm going to wrap it up here with this guy. I spent a little bit too much time. I thought I was going to make this a little quicker. I went over a little bit more material, but essentially he hasn't changed. It's the same thing where he's taken out these old stories from 2011. Dana doesn't do any single test. He'll cross his hands and tell you, I want to debate, send me some money, I'm going to go on a tour, I'm going to take some samples. Don't send him a penny. He doesn't go on tour. We've caught him in the hotel rooms. That's what he did. Essentially, when he went on his tour, he did a little bit of a beach. That's why you don't have loads of pictures like he says he does. There are no loads of pictures. Dana did not do all those areas. He parked his ass up in different locations along the BC coastline and went out on his boat on good days and gave us some footage. So beware of this fraudster, and I'll keep you in tune as more of his garbage starts spewing out. I'm sure he's not going to give up here. He's going to keep trying to defraud people. But like I said, I'll be going up to his shoreline and we'll debunk that bullshit very shortly. Okay, I'm going to end the show here. Thank you very much for showing up, and I'll talk to you later on this week. Take care, folks.